Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breech coming to you with another video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the one and only movie, The Chaperone. Yeah, that's right. I was able to sit through it. The movie was about an hour and a half. This movie is not horrible. It was good. I was able to sit through the whole thing. I was a little surprised. I thought Triple H's acting was going to be drop dead horrible, but if you can sit through a Triple H promo, you can sit through this movie. As my wife put it, the movie was not good, but the acting was horrible. It has a storyline that you can pretty much follow that doesn't have many holes to it, but it's good stuff. This movie starts out with Triple H, and this movie's name is Ray Bradstone. He's in prison. He's rocking a pretty killer beard, and he's getting ready to get out. In my mind, this movie should have started with the storyline where basically the heist where he got caught. That's where I think this story could have picked up a little bit better. Like you could have seen the act that he did in order to get sent to prison. Basically, he's been in prison for 7 years. And when he got in there, this is the guy that turned his life around. He knows that he lost it all. He was married. He had a daughter. That comes into play later. And he moves on. He moves on with his life. Basically, he reads a book by a therapist who's on the radio, who he spends his time talking to about his problems, and he cures himself, becomes a lot better of a well-centered person. Um, Basically, the way they say it is that when he went in, I guess his gang name or street name, whatever you want to call it, was Ray Bradstone, and now he's just Ray Bradstone. He's a normal, a nice kind of guy. But basically, when he's getting out, he gives all of his books and stuff to the guard who was his friend. But the guy who's the guard doesn't really believe in him. He just says that he's basically gonna get out, and he'll be right back here where he belongs. So I guess it's his friend, but he doesn't really believe in him that much. But he's going through. He gives him all of his books. He tries to give away the therapist book to the guy, but the guy doesn't want it. He tries to give him a book on dinosaurs because he says he read up on dinosaurs because there's just something to pass in a time. And what do you know? That comes into play later too. Basically, on the way out, the first thing he does is he meets his former gang buddy LaRue. This is basically Uncle Eddie from Grounded for Life. The whole time, that's all I can think of. Anything I've ever saw this actor in, I just call him Uncle Eddie because Grounded for Life was a pretty sweet show that I used to watch on Fox back in the day. And if you have never seen that, pick it up on DVD or watch it on Netflix if it's on there. Good stuff. Oh, I forgot to say about that. This movie is available on Netflix for free streaming, and so basically it had its movie premiere in my living room. Good times with that. It is available on DVD and Blu-ray if you want to go out and pick that up. But honestly, I say make sure you give it a good watch and make sure this is one of your favorite movies before you spend any money on it. But keep going along with the story. Basically, Triple H meets LaRue outside of prison. He tries to pick him up, get him back in the gang, but she says he's changed. He doesn't need him anymore. He's rocking a pretty sweet red Mustang, and LaRue wears him down a little bit. Triple H says he wants to get in the car, but he says he wants to drive because driving is his job. He was the best wheelman in the robbery business. So basically, that's what he's gonna get. That's basically what he's trying to get him back in the gang for. But he says the only way I want in is if I'm gonna drive. Basically, Triple H gets in the car. LaRue gets out, walks all the way around, and then Triple H waits for LaRue to, about to reach for the handle. And right when he reaches the handle, Triple H locks the door and drives up on him. Because I guess the storyline is that LaRue got away with the robbery, but he put it all on Triple H's hands. So Ray Bradstone went to prison for 7 years for a crime he did commit, but he got sort of left holding the bag for his buddies, and his buddies all got away except for him. Uh, when when he drives off, he drives up to his ex-wife and his daughter's house. He's met by his ex-wife, who doesn't want basically anything to do with him, and his daughter gets dropped off and walks up to the door. When she sees Triple H, she knows who he is. He knows that he's his dad, and he hasn't been around for 7 years, and she doesn't want anything to do with him. So she runs away, and then he knows that he's left, and he says some passage about one step leads to another, or something like that. But Triple H, being the guy he is, doesn't want to give up. He goes to his school. That's when he's met by the principal, teacher, whatever she is. Basically, she's the voice of Lisa Simpson. She even looks like her when you look at her, right? And she invites Ray Bradstone to be the chaperone on the trip because there's not enough chaperones on their trip to New Orleans. Um, so basically, he says he's gonna go. He tries to find some odd jobs just so he can fit in, and he gained the respect of his daughter back. and he can't do that. So basically, it winds up in the hands of LaRue again. LaRue offers him back into the gang, so they plan a bank robbery. When he's at the bank robbery, he has a second change of thought, but he waits till the burglars go into the bank to rob the bank, and that's when he says, "Oh yeah, it's Saturday. I gotta be at the high school to go on that field trip that we were talking about a second ago." So he runs off. He goes on the bus to get on the field trip. At the same time, the robbers come out of the bank. They get in the car, and whoa, what do you know? LaRue's not there, or not LaRue, but Triple H isn't there anymore. So they all run off and scamper, and the one bank robber that is holding the bag full of money that they got from inside the bank just happens to run over to the bus that Triple H is on now. All right, the stoner bus driver that's around picks the bag up from the bank robber that dropped it, throws it on the bus, and the next thing you know, Triple H and the bag of money are taken off. LaRue and one of the bad guys, they see the bag of money, and they see Triple H on the bus. So that's how this whole crazy thing gets started. Is they got to follow Triple H and the big bag of money to wherever they're going with a big bus full of kids, and basically they go to New Orleans. And LaRue follows them. When they get there, they go into the exhibit. He starts to win over his daughter by taking over the field trip because he's the guide of the trip. Ends up being sick, and Triple H knows all about dinosaurs from the book that he read in prison. So he's doing the tour. He's being the tour guide of the year. He's being dad of the century. He's winning over his daughter. Next thing you know, LaRue comes in and he sees LaRue. He panics. And that's where he's got to run away from the group, and he backs away. He sends the group off on their own, and then him and LaRue had their first confrontation, and he says, "Stay away from me and stay away from my daughter." So then they leave. They're in a panic, the dinosaur exhibit, and they head off to the music exhibit. Once they get in the hotel, basically the storyline just goes downhill from there. Him and his daughter, they go off and they have some, feel good moment. They actually have a walk, and she sees that he wants to be a real good dad. Triple H knows that he has to get rid of the money, so he sends his daughter off on his own. Glad that he spent, a couple hours with his daughter, and he feels good about being a dad. Now he's gonna go take care of that money situation, give it back to LaRue, where he can move on with his life and become a good guy. All right, when his daughter walks back into the hotel, she's met with the big television screen that says her dad is a criminal that just committed a bank robbery that day because they found his prints on the keys, and now all the cops are looking for Ray Bradstone and LaRue. So I don't know. I don't want to give away the ending unless you want me to tell you the ending. If you want to know the ending, keep going on with the review. So I'm going to keep going, I guess. If you don't want to know, go out and rent it, watch it on Netflix, and come back when I talk about this at the end later. Basically, the kids find out about Ray Bradstone, and they see how hard he's trying to be a good dad to the girl, and so they try to help out because she swears that her dad is innocent. From there, basically Triple H gets to prove that he's a good guy again. Just some crap happens. The kids save him. He's cornered in where he's gonna get caught, and these kids light off these fireworks. Basically, it's like Home Alone, and some crap's going on over there. And then everybody runs away, and then basically Triple H is able to catch all the bad guys, and he's able to walk away at the end. So he gets to become a normal guy and a normal dad again. He wins back the trust of his daughter, and then he ends up dating his mom again. So they have a big old happy ending. But this isn't the worst movie in the world. This isn't the best movie in the world. It's somewhere in the middle. It's just the movie that you're sort of gonna forget about. But WWE's not looking to win Oscars. They're just trying to put actors into movies because they know people are gonna watch them. If like Triple H is in a movie, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, that was horrible. Why did they have the Stone Cold movie open against Spider-Man 3? Anybody in the world could have told you it wasn't gonna make any money. They should probably go back and make another See No Evil with Kane. As bad as the movie was, it's a scary movie, which is no matter if you know who Kane is, people go see scary movies in the theaters because they're gonna get laid. Um, but that's it. It's a good movie. I'd recommend you check it out, especially on Netflix with the free streaming. Basically from there, the biggest wrestling rumor I know about is that BillPaz1 is going to WrestleMania. I know that the rumors are out there on Twitter. All I can say is that I hope he's there. All I can say that adding BillPaz1 to the party is I don't know, dude. That's like shaking up mixed drinks just makes the party a little bit better. But Billy Paz, I hope I see you at WrestleMania. Everybody go check out the Chaperone.